1. All right, let's dive a little deeper into this 1955 Chevy Bel Air, shall we? First off, let's talk about the history of this iconic model. The Bel Air was introduced in 1950 as Chevrolet's top-of-the-line full-size car. It was known for its stylish design, comfortable interior, and impressive performance. The 55 model in particular is highly sought after by collectors and enthusiasts alike. Why? Because it marked a significant shift in Chevrolet's design language and engineering. Under the hood, the 55 Bel Air could be equipped with a range of engines from the standard Blue Flame inline-six to the optional TurboFire V8. This particular car, as mentioned earlier, has been fitted with a built 350 V8. While not original to the car, this engine is a popular choice among hot rodders and resto mod builders. It offers plenty of power and reliability, making it a great option for those who want to enjoy their classic car on the road. Now let's talk about the project aspect of this car. While the seller mentions that a lot of work has been done, including new brakes, suspension, drive shaft, and gas tank, there's still likely some work to be done. This is common with classic cars, especially those that are over 60 years old. But for many enthusiasts, that's part of the fun. Taking a project car and making it your own is a rewarding experience that can lead to a truly unique and personalized ride. One thing to keep in mind with a project car like this is the potential for hidden issues. While the seller states that there's no rust, a common problem with classic cars, it's always a good idea to inspect the car thoroughly before making a purchase. Look for signs of previous damage, repairs, or modifications that might not be immediately obvious. A knowledgeable friend or professional inspector can be invaluable in this process. Despite the potential for additional work, there's no denying the appeal of a classic like this 55 Bel Air. Its timeless design with the iconic chrome grille, round headlights, and sleek body lines is sure to turn heads wherever you go. And with a little elbow grease and some personalization, you could have a truly one-of-a-kind car that's the envy of every car show and cruise night. In summary, this 1955 Chevy Bel Air project car is a fantastic opportunity for someone looking to dive into the world of classic car ownership. With a solid foundation, including a built 350 V8, new brakes, suspension, and more, it's a great starting point for a restoration or resto-mod build. And at $9,500, it's a relatively affordable entry point into the hobby. Just be sure to do your due diligence, ask plenty of questions, and be prepared to put in some work to make this Bel Air truly your own. Happy bidding, enthusiasts! 2. We've got a real treat for you. A 1971 Chevrolet Caprice that's up for grabs on Craigslist. This classic beauty is priced at $12,000, and let me tell you, it's a fantastic opportunity for someone looking for a project car with a ton of potential. First off, let's talk about the history of this car. According to the seller, it's an all-original, basically one-owner California car that was passed down from a family member. That's a huge plus in my book, as it suggests the car has been well cared for over the years. And being a California car, you can expect minimal rust issues, which is a common problem with classic cars. Now let's get to the juicy stuff, the specs. Under the hood, you'll find a big block 402 engine paired with a turbo 400 transmission. That's a serious setup that promises plenty of power and performance. The seller does mention that the car runs, but it's definitely a project. That means you'll have some work ahead of you, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? The seller has already started some of the work, including replacing the carpet, headliner, and seats with original color, pattern, and material. That's a great head start on the interior restoration. They've also replaced all the weather seals and have a bunch of new parts ready to go, including front and rear coil springs, shocks, the original 4-row radiator, and fan shroud. And get this, there's a brand new replacement dashboard included, although the original dash is still available if you prefer to keep things strictly original. Now let's address some of the imperfections. The windshield is cracked, which will need to be replaced. But on the bright side, the car comes with 4 brand new BF Goodrich tires with 0 miles on them. That's a nice bonus. The seller mentions that there's no rust through on any of the panels, just some slight surface rust. That's pretty impressive for a car that's over 50 years old. And if you're looking to build a donk, a classic car with oversized wheels, this Caprice could be the perfect starting point. As for the price, the seller is asking $12,500, but is open to serious offers. Considering the potential of this car and the work that's already been done, I think that's a fair asking price. Of course, as with any project car, you'll want to do your due diligence and inspect the car thoroughly before making an offer. In conclusion, this 1971 Chevrolet Caprice is a fantastic opportunity for anyone looking for a classic project car. With its original California history, big block 402 engine, and solid foundation for restoration, it's a car that could be truly special once it's finished. If you're up for the challenge and have a vision for this Caprice, don't hesitate to reach out to the seller for more information and photos. Who knows? This could be the start of your next great automotive adventure. 3. We've got a 1976 Dodge W100 up for grabs on Craigslist. And let me tell you, this truck is the real deal. Priced at $15,000, this beauty is ready to take you on all sorts of adventures, whether you're living out your Simon and Simon fantasies or just cruising around town looking cool as hell. First off, let's talk about the originality of this truck. According to the seller, it's all original, except for the new stuff. And trust me, the new stuff is all the right stuff. We're talking a new windshield and gasket, fuel pump, carburetor, plugs, wires, cap, rotor, wiper motor, wiper switch, dimmer switch, window regulators, and rear brakes. That's a whole lot of new parts that ensure this truck is running like a top. But don't worry, the original interior is still intact, and it's just as cool as you'd expect from a 70s Dodge truck. And check out that roll bar with KC lights. It's the perfect addition to give this truck some serious attitude. Under the hood, you'll find a strong-running 318 engine that's ready to take on whatever you throw at it. And with all-time 4WD, you can tackle any terrain with ease. Whether you're hitting the trails or just navigating the urban jungle, this truck has got you covered. The seller has even added a fresh Dodge decal on the back so everyone knows exactly what they're gawking at when you roll by. And with that step bumper, you've got some serious functionality to go along with all that style. Now, the seller is open to offers, but they're not looking for any trades unless they're as cool or cooler than the truck itself. And honestly, that's a pretty high bar to clear. This Dodge W100 is a rare find, and it's not often you come across a truck with this much character and originality. So if you're in the market for a classic truck that's ready to turn heads and take you on all sorts of adventures, this 1976 Dodge W100 is definitely worth checking out. With all the new parts and original style, it's the perfect blend of old and new. And at $15,000, it's a fair price for a truck that's sure to be the talk of the town. As always, be sure to do your due diligence before making any big purchases. But if this truck checks all your boxes, don't hesitate to reach out to the seller and make an offer. Who knows? You could be driving off into the sunset in your very own piece of automotive history. Happy hunting, enthusiasts! 4. We've got a 1978 Cadillac Coupe de Ville that's just begging for a new home, and it could be yours for just $6,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. A classic Caddy for under 10 grand? What's the catch? Well, let me give you the lowdown on this beautiful brown land yacht. First off, let's talk about the mileage. The seller says this beauty has just 101,000 original miles on the odometer. Now, that might seem like a lot, but for a car that's over 40 years old, it's actually pretty darn low. And here's the kicker. The odometer has rolled over, which means this car has actually traveled 101,000 miles, plus whatever it had on it before the rollover. But don't let that scare you off because this Caddy has plenty of life left in it. The seller also mentions that the original interior is in excellent shape, which is a huge plus. There's nothing quite like sliding into a classic car with a pristine interior. It's like stepping back in time to a more glamorous era. And with a Cadillac, you know you're getting the best of the best when it comes to luxury and style. Now, I do have to mention a couple of things that might give you pause. The seller says this Coupe de Ville needs a rear window and has a dent on the passenger door. But let's be real. Those are relatively minor issues in the grand scheme of things. A new rear window and a trip to the body shop should have this Caddy looking as good as new in no time. And here's the best part. The seller says this car runs good. That's music to any classic car enthusiast's ears. With a little TLC and some elbow grease, this 1978 Cadillac Coupe de Ville could be the pride and joy of your garage. So, if you're in the market for a classic luxury car that won't break the bank, this Caddy is definitely worth checking out. Just imagine cruising down the highway in this brown beauty, turning heads and making all your friends jealous. And at just $6,000, it's a steal of a deal. Of course, as with any used car purchase, it's always a good idea to get a thorough inspection before handing over any cash. But if this Coupe de Ville checks out, it could be the start of a beautiful friendship between you and a piece of American automotive history. So what are you waiting for? Grab your checkbook and head on over to Craigslist to make this 1978 Cadillac Coupe de Ville yours today. And if you do end up taking this beauty home, be sure to send us some pics. We'd love to see this classic Caddy back out on the road where it belongs. 5. Have I got a sweet ride for you today? Check out this 1971 Dodge Dart Swinger that's up for grabs on Craigslist. This baby is priced at just $9,800. And let me tell you, it's a whole lot of car for the money. First off, can we talk about that color? B5 Blue is one of the most iconic Mopar hues out there, and it looks absolutely stunning on this Dart. The two-door hardtop body style is super sleek and sporty, and those rally wheels with Cooper Cobra tires just set it off perfectly. Under the hood, you'll find a trusty slant-six engine that's known for its reliability and efficiency. And with just 51,000 miles on the odometer, this Dart has plenty of life left in it. The automatic transmission makes it a breeze to drive, and with power steering and power disc brakes, you'll have no trouble navigating those twisty back roads. But here's the real kicker. This Dart is an original California car, which means it's been spared the ravages of rust and corrosion that can plague classic cars from other parts of the country. The seller notes that the floors and trunk are solid, which is a huge plus if you're looking for a car that's ready to roll. And let's not forget about that factory air conditioning. It's a rare and desirable option on a car of this vintage, and it'll keep you cool and comfortable all summer long. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the catch? Well, the seller doesn't mention any major issues or flaws, so it seems like this Dart is a pretty solid bet. Of course, as with any classic car, it's always a good idea to give it a thorough inspection before handing over any cash. But if everything checks out, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship between you and a piece of Mopar history. The seller is asking $9,800 in cash for this beauty, which seems like a fair price considering the condition and rarity of this particular model. And with those low miles and solid bones, you could enjoy this Dart for years to come without breaking the bank. So if you're ready to experience the thrill of driving a classic Mopar muscle car, head on over to Craigslist and check out this 1971 Dodge Dart Swinger. With its iconic color, sporty styling, and reliable mechanicals, it's sure to turn heads and put a smile on your face every time you get behind the wheel. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own a piece of automotive history. Get in touch with the seller today and make this Dart yours. 6. We've got a 1985 Chevrolet Corvette up for grabs on Craigslist, and let me tell you, this is no ordinary C4. With a price tag of just $7,777, this Vette is a whole lot of car for the money. First off, let's talk about the history of this particular Corvette. The seller says it was purchased in California back in 2003 with just 21,000 miles on the odometer. That's right. This car spent most of its life soaking up the California sun before being relocated in 2021. And get this, the seller claims there have been no accidents since the car was new, which is a huge plus for any classic car buyer. But here's the really impressive part. This Corvette has been garage stored and undriven for a whopping 18 years. That means you're getting a car that's been meticulously preserved and protected from the elements. And when you see the pristine condition of the original wheels, which are included in the sale, you'll know just how well this car has been cared for. Speaking of wheels, the Corvette currently sits on a set of 2003 50th anniversary wheels, which look absolutely stunning. The rear wheels are wrapped in 275 35/18 Continental tires, while the fronts sport 245 45/17 Michelin Pilot Sports. That's a killer combination that's sure to turn heads and provide plenty of grip on the road. But this Corvette isn't just a pretty face. It's got plenty of go to match the show. The seller has gone through the engine with a fine-toothed comb, rebuilding the heads with a 3-angle valve grind, new seals, and new lifters. They've also installed a Lunate Voodoo camshaft for a little extra kick. And with new energy suspension polyurethane bushings in the rear and a rebuilt transmission, this Vette is ready to rock and roll. Inside, the seller has spared no expense in making this Corvette feel like new again. There's a new dashboard, a NOS leather horn assembly, and a killer Blaupunkt radio with speakers in the front and rear. It's the perfect blend of classic style and modern amenities. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the catch? Well, the seller does note that the odometer reads 172,400 miles, which might give some buyers pause. But let's be real. With the amount of work and care that's gone into this Corvette, those miles are just a number. This car has been rebuilt from the ground up and is ready to provide years of driving enjoyment to its lucky new owner. And with a price tag of just $7,777, it's an absolute steal for a Corvette of this caliber. Whether you're looking for a weekend cruiser, a show car, or just a fun toy to play with, this 1985 Chevrolet Corvette is sure to fit the bill. So if you're ready to experience the thrill of driving a classic American sports car, head on over to Craigslist and check out this 1985 Corvette. With its stunning good looks, impressive mechanical upgrades, and unbeatable price, it's sure to be the talk of the town wherever you go. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own a piece of automotive history. Get in touch with the seller today and make this Vette yours. 7. Hey there, Mopar fans! Have I got a deal for you today? Check out this 1977 Dodge Charger that's up for grabs on Craigslist for just $4,950. That's right. You could be cruising in this classic piece of American muscle for less than the price of a used Honda Civic. Now I know what you're thinking. A Charger for under $5,000? What's the catch? Well, let me tell you, this car is no basket case. The seller says it's a good running car with no rust, which is a huge plus for any classic car enthusiast. Rust is the silent killer of old cars, and the fact that this Charger is rust-free is a testament to how well it's been cared for over the years. Under the hood, you'll find a beefy 8-cylinder engine that's ready to rumble. The seller doesn't specify which engine it is, but in 1977, Dodge offered a range of V8 options for the Charger, from the base 318 cubic inch mill all the way up to the mighty 440. No matter which engine this car has, you can bet it's got plenty of power to get you down the road in a hurry. But this Charger isn't just a straight-line monster, it's got some creature comforts too. The seller notes that it's got air conditioning and power windows, which are both really nice features to have in a classic car. You can cruise in comfort on those hot summer days without breaking a sweat. The automatic transmission means you can just put it in drive and go, without having to worry about rowing your own gears. And with just 74,000 miles on the odometer, this Charger has plenty of life left in it. You could daily drive this thing for years to come and still have a blast doing it. As for the aesthetics, the seller says this Charger is brown in color. Now, I know brown isn't the most exciting color out there, but hear me out. There's something really cool and understated about a classic car in a more subdued hue. It's not flashy or in your face, but it's got a ton of character and charm. And with a little bit of elbow grease and some TLC, you could really make this Charger shine. So if you're in the market for a classic Mopar that won't break the bank, this 1977 Dodge Charger is definitely worth checking out. It's got a clean title, a strong engine, and some nice creature comforts that make it a joy to drive. And at just $4,950, it's an absolute steal for a car of this caliber. Of course, as with any classic car, it's always a good idea to give it a thorough inspection before handing over any cash. But if everything checks out, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship between you and a piece of Mopar history. So, what are you waiting for? Head on over to Craigslist and check out this 1977 Dodge Charger before someone else snatches it up. With its rust-free body, powerful engine, and comfortable interior, it's the perfect car for cruising, showing, or just enjoying on a sunny day. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own a classic piece of American muscle. Get in touch with the seller today and make this Charger yours. 8. We've got a 1985 Oldsmobile Cutlass up for grabs on Craigslist, and let me tell you, this is no ordinary G-body. With an asking price of $15,000, this Cutlass is a serious contender for anyone looking for a clean, well-maintained classic that's ready to hit the road. First off, can we talk about the paint? The seller says it's just 3 years old, and it shows. The body is straight as an arrow, with no dents or scratches to be found. That's the kind of attention to detail that separates the good classics from the great ones. Inside, the headliner is in perfect condition, and the interior has been completely detailed. The seats and floor have been deep cleaned and shampooed, and there are no stains, rips, or tears to be found. The seller rates the interior a 7 out of 10, which is pretty darn good for a car that's pushing 40 years old. But this Cutlass isn't just a pretty face, it's got the mechanical chops to back it up. The V6 motor has just 79,000 original miles on it, and it passed smog with no problems. That's a testament to how well this car has been cared for over the years, and with an air conditioner that's been redone and blows ice cold, you can cruise in comfort all summer long. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what about the ride? Well, fear not. The original suspension has been upgraded, so you can expect a smooth, comfortable ride that's ready for anything. And with HID headlights that are very bright, you'll have no trouble seeing where you're going, even on the darkest of nights. But here's the real kicker. This Cutlass comes with its original wheels and spoke hubs. That's the kind of original detail that collectors go nuts for, and it's a sure sign that this car has been loved and appreciated throughout its life. The seller also mentions that they're the third owner, which is a good sign. It means this car has likely been passed down from enthusiast to enthusiast, each one taking pride in maintaining and preserving it for future generations. And let's not forget about the stereo. This Cutlass has a detachable unit with two 12-inch subwoofers and Dynamat in the trunk. That means you can bump your tunes with the best of them, without sacrificing any of the classic style and charm that makes this car so special. Now, I know $15,000 might seem like a lot of money for a classic Oldsmobile, but when you consider the condition, the upgrades, and the original details, it's actually a pretty fair price. The seller is open to reasonable offers, but they're not looking for any lowballers. This is a car that deserves to be appreciated and valued for what it is, a true classic that's ready to be enjoyed for years to come. So if you're in the market for a clean, well-maintained 1985 Oldsmobile Cutlass, this is the one you've been waiting for. With its stunning paint, comfortable interior, and original details, it's sure to turn heads and put a smile on your face every time you get behind the wheel. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own a piece of American automotive history. Get in touch with the seller today and make this Cutlass yours. 9. All right, folks, buckle up because we got a real piece of American automotive history on our hands today. Feast your eyes on this 1966 Chrysler Newport, a true classic that's looking for a new home, and the best part, it can be yours for just $7,000. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This Newport isn't in perfect condition. The seller rates it as fair, which is a polite way of saying it needs some work. But hey, that's part of the charm of owning a classic car, right? It's a chance to roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, and bring a piece of history back to life. Under the hood, you'll find a 383 cubic inch V8 engine that's ready to roar. The seller says the engine is strong, and the fan blade turns, which is a good sign. But here's where things get a little tricky. The transmission shaft is currently taking a vacation in the trunk. That's right. It's not attached to the car at the moment. But don't let that scare you off, because the seller has already done the hard work of rebuilding the transmission and getting a brand new transmission shaft. All you have to do is put it all together and get this baby back on the road. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the odometer? Well, the seller is upfront about the fact that it's broken. So, while the ad says there are 29,597 miles on the car, that number might not be entirely accurate. But hey, that's just part of the mystery and allure of owning a classic car, right? As for the aesthetics, this Newport is rocking a blue paint job that's seen better days. But with a little elbow grease and some TLC, you could have this car shining like a diamond in no time. And let's be real, there's nothing quite like the feeling of cruising down the highway in a classic American land yacht like this one. Now, I've got to be honest with you, this car is going to need some work. The seller even says in the ad to bring a trailer. But if you're the kind of person who loves a good project and isn't afraid to get your hands dirty, this could be the perfect opportunity to own a piece of automotive history. Think about it. How cool would it be to roll up to your local car show in a fully restored 1966 Chrysler Newport? You'd be the talk of the town, and everyone would be begging to take a peek under the hood and go for a ride. So if you're ready to take on a project and bring this classic beauty back to life, head on over to Craigslist and check out this 1966 Chrysler Newport. With a little bit of love and a lot of elbow grease, you could be cruising down the highway in style in no time. Just don't forget to bring a trailer, and maybe a few tools while you're at it. 10. We've got a real treat for you. A 1969 Ford Galaxy 500 convertible that's currently up for grabs on Craigslist. This classic beauty is priced at $11,500, and let me tell you, it's a steal for what you're getting. First off, let's talk about the condition. The seller says it's in good shape overall, and I'm inclined to believe them. The car runs and drives great, thanks to a powerful 390 engine under the hood. Plus, it's got good tires, a new exhaust system, fresh brakes, and a new carburetor. That means you can hop in and hit the road without worrying about any major mechanical issues. Now, I do have to mention a couple of things. The interior needs a bit of TLC, with a cracked dash that'll need some attention, and there are a few small rust spots here and there. But hey, that's to be expected with a car that's over 50 years old. These are minor issues that can be easily addressed, and they don't detract from the overall awesomeness of this Galaxy 500. The odometer shows 93,000 miles, which is pretty low for a car of this age. That's a testament to how well it's been cared for over the years. And can we talk about that color? A stunning red convertible is sure to turn heads wherever you go. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this car isn't perfect. But it's got a whole lot of character and potential. With a little bit of work, you could have an absolute showstopper on your hands, and at $11,500, it's a fantastic deal for a classic convertible like this. So, if you're in the market for a vintage ride that's got style, power, and plenty of room for cruising with friends, this 1969 Ford Galaxy 500 is definitely worth checking out. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of American automotive history. 11. I've got an exciting find for you today. A 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 that's up for sale on Craigslist. This beauty is priced at $15,000, and let me tell you, it's got a lot going for it. First off, this Fairlane 500 isn't just any old classic car. It's a theme show car from Frankie Fairlane's Lee Summit restaurant, which means it's got a cool history and plenty of character. The seller says it's in great original condition, and I can definitely see why. Under the hood, you'll find a 260 V8 engine that's sure to provide plenty of power and performance. Plus, it's got some awesome features like power steering, air conditioning, and an automatic transmission, which make it a blast to drive. And let's not forget about those Hoosier Pro Street tires. They look absolutely sick and give the car a real aggressive stance. Now, the seller mentions that the car has had some work done, including new shocks on the front and rear. That's always a good sign, as it means the car has been well maintained. And get this, the frame, floors, rocker panels, quarter panels, and front fenders are all super solid. That's a huge plus for a car of this age. The interior is also in excellent condition, with the original blue paint job covered by a white wrap. It's a real head-turner and is sure to get plenty of attention wherever you go. And with those 18-inch dual glass packs, it sounds absolutely amazing. I do want to mention that the price is firm at $15,000, but honestly, I think it's worth every penny. This Fairlane 500 is a rare find and a true gem of a car. It's got a great history, plenty of power and performance, and a look that's sure to turn heads. So if you're in the market for a classic car that's got style, character, and plenty of potential, this 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 is definitely worth checking out. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of automotive history. 12. Sure thing. Let's dive a little deeper into what makes this 1971 Cadillac Calais such a special car. First off, let's talk about the brand itself. Cadillac has long been synonymous with luxury and quality, and the Calais is no exception. This particular model was part of the DeVille series, which was known for its spacious interiors, smooth ride, and powerful engines. In 1971, the Calais was the entry-level model in the DeVille lineup, but that doesn't mean it was lacking in features or style. One of the things that really sets this Calais apart is its stunning yellow paint job. The seller mentions that it's a new paint job, which means it was likely done recently and to a high standard. Yellow is a bold color choice for a classic car, but it really works on this Cadillac. It's bright and cheerful without being too flashy, and it's sure to make the car stand out at any car show or cruise-in. The interior of the car is just as impressive as the exterior. The seller rates it a 9/10, which is a great score for a car that's over 50 years old. The peanut butter-colored leather seats are a nice touch, and they look to be in excellent condition based on the photos. The Calais also has plenty of room inside, with a spacious front bench seat and a roomy back seat that's perfect for cruising with friends or family. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 8-cylinder engine that's sure to provide plenty of speed and acceleration. Cadillac engines from this era were known for their smoothness and reliability, so you can expect a comfortable ride and plenty of power when you need it. And with just 29,500 original miles on the odometer, this Calais has a lot of life left in it. It's also worth noting that this Calais has had just 3 owners over the years, which is a good sign for potential buyers. Fewer owners often means that the car has been well cared for and maintained, and that seems to be the case here. The seller notes that there's no rust or accidents, which is a testament to how well the car has been kept up over the years. Of course, as with any classic car purchase, it's important to do your due diligence before making a decision. I'd recommend taking the car for a test drive, having it inspected by a professional mechanic, and researching the model and year to make sure you know what you're getting into. But based on the information provided by the seller, this 1971 Cadillac Calais seems like a fantastic opportunity for anyone looking for a stylish, well-maintained classic car. At $12,900, it's a fair price for a vehicle of this quality and condition. And with its bold yellow paint job, luxurious interior, and powerful engine, it's sure to turn heads wherever it goes. If you're interested in making this Calais your own, I'd recommend reaching out to the seller soon. A car like this is sure to generate plenty of interest from other buyers. 13. Get ready to feast your eyes on this incredible 1967 Dodge Corvette 440 that's currently up for grabs on Craigslist. With an asking price of $15,000, this stunning coupe is sure to turn heads and get your heart racing. First things first, let's talk about the condition of this beauty. The seller has listed it as being in excellent condition, and based on the description and the photos provided, I'm inclined to agree. This Corvette has been very well kept over the years, and it shows in every detail. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 318 poly engine paired with a 727 transmission, which is sure to provide plenty of get up and go when you hit the gas. But that's not all. The seller is also including an extra 360 LA engine with a 727 transmission, giving you even more options for customization and performance upgrades. The exterior of this Corvette is finished in a beautiful brown paint that's in great condition. It's a classic color that really suits the car's vintage style, and it's sure to get plenty of attention wherever you go. The car also comes equipped with a set of Magnum wheels wrapped in like-new rubber, which adds to its overall appeal and performance. Inside, the interior looks to be in excellent condition as well. The seats are well maintained, and the dashboard and other interior components appear to be in great shape. It's clear that this Corvette has been loved and cared for over the years, and it shows in every detail. Now, I do want to mention that the odometer shows 90,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age. However, it's important to keep in mind that this is still a classic car, and it may require some ongoing maintenance and care to keep it running in top shape. But for the right buyer, this Corvette is an absolute gem that's sure to provide years of driving enjoyment. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Dodge that's in excellent condition and comes with plenty of extras, this 1967 Corvette 440 is definitely worth considering. At $15,000, it's a fair price for a car of this caliber, and it's sure to be a hit at any car show or cruise-in. As with any classic car purchase, I always recommend doing your due diligence before making a decision. Take the car for a test drive, have it inspected by a professional mechanic, and research the model and year to make sure you know what you're getting into. But based on the information provided by the seller, this Corvette seems like a fantastic opportunity for any classic car enthusiast. So what are you waiting for? If you've been dreaming of owning a vintage Dodge that's in excellent condition and comes with plenty of extras, this 1967 Corvette 440 might just be the car of your dreams. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Contact the seller today and make this classic beauty your own. 14. The 1975 Cadillac Eldorado convertible is a true classic, representing the pinnacle of American luxury cars from the 1970s. With its sleek, bright red exterior and powerful V8 engine, this car is sure to turn heads wherever it goes. The Eldorado was known for its spacious and comfortable interior, which was adorned with premium materials and advanced features for its time, such as power windows and seats. Although this particular example has been sitting in a garage for over 15 years, the seller has taken steps to get it running again. The new battery, water pump, and fluid changes demonstrate that the car has received some attention to bring it back to life. The fact that it runs and drives is a promising sign for potential buyers who are looking for a project car with a solid foundation. The power convertible top is a desirable feature, allowing the owner to enjoy open-air driving on pleasant days. While the air conditioning system is not currently working, it is still a valuable asset that can be repaired or upgraded in the future. The low mileage of 35,845 miles, which is believed to be accurate, adds to the car's appeal. However, it is essential to keep in mind that due to the vehicle's age, the seller is listing it as miles exempt. This means that the buyer should still thoroughly inspect the car and consider the effects of long-term storage on its overall condition. Dunton Motors, the seller of this 1975 Cadillac Eldorado convertible, has a long-standing reputation in Mojave County. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 1946, they bring a level of trust and experience to the sale. Their willingness to consider trades and offer financing options makes the purchase more accessible to a wider range of buyers. For classic car enthusiasts, the 1975 Cadillac Eldorado convertible represents an opportunity to own a piece of automotive history. Its iconic design, luxurious features, and potential for restoration make it an attractive choice for those who appreciate the craftsmanship and style of vintage American cars. However, it is crucial for potential buyers to carefully assess the condition of the vehicle and factor in the costs associated with restoring and maintaining a classic car. While the seller is upfront about the car's need for restoration, it is up to the buyer to determine the extent of the work required and whether it aligns with their budget, skills, and dedication to the project. In conclusion, the 1975 Cadillac Eldorado convertible presented by Dunton Motors is an exciting opportunity for classic car enthusiasts seeking a restoration project with immense potential. Its iconic status, desirable features, and the seller's transparency about its condition make it an intriguing choice for those willing to invest time and resources into bringing this classic beauty back to its former glory. 15. The 1963 Ford Galaxie 500 XL two-door hardtop is a classic American muscle car that exudes style and power. This particular example, priced at $10,000, comes with a 390 V8 engine equipped with a factory 4-barrel carburetor, an automatic transmission, and a 9-inch posi rear end. The black exterior adds to the car's sleek and aggressive appearance. The seller mentions that the motor runs, which is a positive sign for potential buyers. However, they also acknowledge that this Galaxie is a project vehicle and will require some work to bring it back to its former glory. Some of the areas that need attention include the exhaust pipes, which need to be replaced, and the rear end, which needs to be checked out. The driver's seat needs to be redone, suggesting that the interior may have some wear and tear. The floor shifter needs to be hooked up, and the ignition wire needs replacing, indicating that there are some mechanical and electrical issues to address. It's important to note that the title for this vehicle is missing, which could pose some challenges for the new owner when it comes to registration and transferring ownership. The seller is offering a bill of sale, but potential buyers should be aware of the implications of purchasing a car without a proper title. Despite the work needed, this 1963 Ford Galaxie 500 XL has a lot to offer for classic car enthusiasts. The bucket seats and center console add to the car's sporty interior, while the powerful 390 V8 engine promises an exciting driving experience once the necessary repairs are made. For those who enjoy working on cars and bringing them back to life, this Galaxie could be an excellent project. The seller's asking price of $10,000 seems reasonable considering the car's potential and the value of classic muscle cars in today's market. However, potential buyers should carefully consider the extent of the work required and the associated costs before making a purchase. It's also essential to thoroughly inspect the vehicle in person and gather as much information as possible about its history and condition. In conclusion, the 1963 Ford Galaxie 500 XL two-door hardtop presented in this ad is a classic muscle car with a lot of potential. While it does require some work and comes with a missing title, it could be a rewarding project for someone passionate about vintage automobiles. As with any project car, it's crucial to approach the purchase with a clear understanding of the challenges and costs involved in bringing this Galaxy back to its former glory. 16. The 1964 Ford Fairlane 500 being offered for sale is a remarkable example of a well-preserved classic car. With only 85,774 original miles on the odometer, this vehicle has been meticulously cared for and garaged since it was new. The fact that it was purchased by the seller's wife's grandfather adds to its provenance and suggests that it has been cherished by the family for many years. One of the most impressive aspects of this Fairlane is that it is all original, both inside and out. This is a rare find in the world of classic cars, as many vehicles have undergone modifications or restorations over the years. The originality of this car makes it a true time capsule and a testament to the quality and durability of Ford's craftsmanship in the 1960s. The seller states that the vehicle runs and drives perfectly, which is a significant selling point. This indicates that the car has been well maintained mechanically, and that the potential buyer can enjoy driving it without needing to invest in extensive repairs or upgrades. Aesthetically, the 1964 Ford Fairlane 500 is a beautiful example of mid-60s American automotive design. Its clean lines, chrome accents, and classic proportions make it a head-turner on the road. The fact that this particular car is in excellent condition only adds to its appeal. Under the hood, the Fairlane is equipped with a powerful 8-cylinder engine, which is mated to an automatic transmission. This combination provides a smooth and effortless driving experience, allowing the owner to cruise in comfort and style. The asking price of $11,500 or best offer seems reasonable for a car of this caliber. Given its originality, low mileage, and excellent condition, it is likely to attract the attention of collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate the value of a well-preserved classic. However, as with any vehicle purchase, it is essential for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the car in person and review its history and documentation. While the seller's description paints a very positive picture, it is always wise to verify the condition and authenticity of the vehicle before making a final decision. In conclusion, the 1964 Ford Fairlane 500 presented in this ad is an exceptional example of a classic American automobile. Its originality, low mileage, and excellent condition make it a rare find in today's market. For collectors or enthusiasts looking for a beautifully preserved piece of automotive history, this Fairlane is definitely worth considering. With its combination of style, performance, and provenance, it is sure to provide its new owner with many years of enjoyment and pride of ownership. 17. The 1972 Chevrolet Vega being offered for sale is a well-maintained classic car that has received numerous updates and improvements. The seller has invested in new tires, brakes, engine seals, power steering pump, shocks, gas tank, coolant reservoir, battery, and carpets, ensuring that this Vega is in good running condition and ready to be enjoyed by its new owner. One of the most notable aspects of this Vega is its storage conditions. The seller mentions that the car has been held in a temperature-controlled garage, which is crucial for preserving classic vehicles. This suggests that the car has been protected from the elements and has not been subjected to the wear and tear of daily outdoor exposure. The fact that the car starts up from cold is another positive sign, indicating that the engine is in good health and has been well maintained. This is especially important for classic cars, as they can sometimes be difficult to start if they have been sitting for extended periods or if they have not been properly cared for. The 1972 Chevrolet Vega is equipped with a powerful 8-cylinder engine, which is somewhat unusual for this model, as most Vegas came with smaller 4-cylinder engines. The presence of a larger engine suggests that this particular car may have been modified for improved performance. The engine is paired with an automatic transmission, providing a smooth and convenient driving experience. Aesthetically, the black paint color gives this Vega a sleek and classic look. The seller does not mention any significant issues with the exterior, suggesting that the car presents well and has been kept in good cosmetic condition. The odometer reading of 65,000 miles is relatively low for a car of this age, which is another positive aspect. Lower mileage generally indicates that the car has not been subjected to excessive wear and tear, and that it may have many more miles of enjoyable driving ahead of it. The asking price of $12,000 may seem high for a Chevrolet Vega, which was originally designed as an economy car. However, The extensive updates, good condition, and low mileage of this particular example may justify the price for collectors or enthusiasts who appreciate the unique qualities of this classic compact car. As with any vehicle purchase, it is important for potential buyers to inspect the car in person, take it for a test drive, and review any available documentation or service records. While the seller's description suggests that this Vega is in good condition, it is always wise to verify the car's health and history before making a final decision. In conclusion, the 1972 Chevrolet Vega presented in this ad appears to be a well-cared-for and updated classic car that has been stored in optimal conditions. Its numerous improvements, low mileage, and clean title make it an attractive option for collectors or enthusiasts looking for a unique and well-maintained compact classic. However, potential buyers should carefully consider the asking price and thoroughly inspect the vehicle to ensure that it meets their expectations and requirements. 18. We've got a real gem on our hands, a stunning 1959 Ford Thunderbird that's currently up for grabs on Craigslist. The seller is asking $14,500 for this classic beauty, and from what I can gather, it seems to be a pretty sweet deal. Now let's dive into the details. The seller claims that this T-Bird is in excellent condition, which is impressive considering it's been cruising the streets for over 60 years. The car is rocking a powerful V8 engine that apparently runs like it just rolled off the assembly line. The transmission is said to shift smoother than butter on a hot pan, so you can expect a seamless driving experience. Moving on to the interior, the seller says it's practically in brand new condition. It's almost like stepping into a time machine and experiencing the car as it was back in 1959. The odometer shows 75,201 miles, and the seller emphasizes that these are all original miles. The odometer has never rolled over, so you know you're getting the real deal. One of the coolest features of this T-Bird is the trunk. Not only is it spotless, but it also comes with the factory toolset that was originally included with these cars. It's a nice touch that adds to the vehicle's authenticity and charm. The car is painted in a vibrant yellow color that's sure to turn heads wherever you go. It's got a clean title, which means you shouldn't have any issues with ownership transfers or legal matters. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. While the seller's description paints a pretty picture, it's always a good idea to inspect the car in person before making a decision. Check for any signs of rust, mechanical issues, or other potential problems that might not be apparent from the ad alone. That being said, if the car truly is in the excellent condition the seller claims, then this 1959 Ford Thunderbird could be an incredible find. The seller is only entertaining serious inquiries and is asking for cash only, so be prepared if you're interested in making an offer. All in all, this 1959 Ford Thunderbird seems like a fantastic opportunity for any classic car collector or enthusiast. It's got style, power, and a whole lot of history packed into one eye-catching package. If you've got the cash and the passion for vintage rides, this T-Bird might just be the one for you. 19. We're taking a closer look at a 1974 Plymouth Scamp that's currently listed on Craigslist for $10,000. This classic coupe seems to have a lot going for it, so let's dive into the details provided by the seller. First off, the seller states that the car is in good condition, which is always a positive sign when you're dealing with a vehicle that's nearly 50 years old. The Scamp is equipped with a 318 V8 engine, which should provide plenty of power for cruising down the highway or hitting the local car shows. The transmission is an automatic, making it easy for anyone to drive, and the car comes with factory air conditioning, a real bonus for those hot summer days. The seller also mentions that the Scamp has front disc brakes, which is a nice upgrade from the drum brakes that were common in that era. According to the seller, the car runs great, which is crucial for any classic car purchase. You don't want to buy a vehicle that spends more time in the shop than on the road. The odometer shows 92,912 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age. The Scamp sports a brown paint job, which may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it does give the car a distinct 1970s vibe. The title is clean, so you shouldn't have any issues with ownership transfers or legal matters. Now, while the seller's description seems promising, it's important to approach any classic car purchase with a bit of caution. The phrase good condition can mean different things to different people, so it's always a good idea to inspect the car in person and have a mechanic take a look at it before making a final decision. Keep an eye out for any potential rust issues, especially on the undercarriage and in the wheel wells. Also, make sure to check for any signs of mechanical problems or wear and tear that might not be immediately apparent. Overall, if this 1974 Plymouth Scamp is as good as the seller claims, it could be a great buy for someone looking for a fun, classic coupe. The 318 V8 engine, automatic transmission, and factory air conditioning make it a solid choice for weekend cruising or daily driving, if you're brave enough to daily drive a classic. Just remember to do your due diligence, ask plenty of questions, and have the car thoroughly inspected before handing over any cash. With a little bit of luck and some careful consideration, this Scamp could be a great addition to any car enthusiast's collection. 20. We've got something really special to share with you. A 1982 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royal Coupe that's up for grabs on Craigslist. The seller is asking $14,900 for this incredible time capsule, and once you hear the details, you might just be tempted to make an offer. First off, the seller claims that this Delta 88 is in excellent condition, and from what they've shared, it's hard to argue with that assessment. The car has been stored year-round and has an astonishingly low 8,861 original miles on the odometer. That's right, this car has been driven less than 9,000 miles in its 40-year lifespan. The Delta 88 is a one-owner vehicle, which is a testament to how well it's been cared for over the years. It's powered by a 5.0-liter V8 engine, which should provide plenty of smooth, effortless power for cruising down the highway or just enjoying a leisurely Sunday drive. The seller boldly states, "You will not find one nicer," and based on the description, that might just be true. The car is all original, right down to the tires it's currently riding on. That's an incredible level of preservation that you rarely see in classic cars of this age. The Delta 88 sports a clean white paint job that's likely to be in fantastic shape, given the car's low mileage and storage conditions. The title is clean, so you shouldn't have any issues with ownership transfers or legal matters. Now, as with any classic car purchase, it's always a good idea to see the vehicle in person and have a mechanic inspect it before making a final decision. Even with low mileage, age can still take a toll on certain components, so it's important to make sure everything is in good working order. The seller, Paul, encourages interested buyers to come and look at the car in person. He mentions that his parents bought the car new back in 1982, which adds a nice personal touch to the vehicle's history. Overall, if this 1982 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royale Coupe is as well preserved as the seller claims, it could be an incredible find for any classic car collector or enthusiast. The low mileage, one-owner history, and all original condition make it a rare gem in today's market. If you've got the budget and the appreciation for a classic American luxury coupe, this Delta 88 might just be the perfect addition to your garage. Just be sure to do your due diligence, ask plenty of questions, and have the car thoroughly inspected before making any final decisions.